Class 7. Civics Lesson Plan. Lesson 10 Struggle for Equality. Q1. Name the state where Tava Matsya Sangh was started. Ans. Madhya Pradesh. Q2. What was the demand of Tava Matsya Sangh? Ans. They were demanding their right to continue fishing for their livelihood. Q3. Why so many people's lives in India are highly unequal? Ans. Poverty and the lack of resources continue to be a key reason why so many people's lives in India are highly unequal. Q4. Why teachers forced Om Prakash Valmiki to sweep the schoolyard? Ans. The main reason that the teachers forced Om Prakash Valmiki to sweep the schoolyard was because he was Dalit. Q5. Why people are treated unequally in India? Ans. People are treated unequally mainly on the basis of person's religion, caste and sex. Q6. How Indian Constitution justify rights to equality? Ans. The Indian Constitution recognizes all Indians as equal before the law and states that no person can be discriminated against because of their religion, sex, caste or whether they are rich or poor. Q7. What role does the Constitution play in people's struggles for equality? Ans. The Indian Constitution recognizes the equality of all persons. Movements and struggles for equality in India continuously refer to the Indian Constitution to make their point about equality and justice for all. Q7. Why the old Tehri town and many villages, some totally and some partially, were submerged? Ans. The old Tehri town and many villages, some totally and some partially, were submerged because of construction of Tava Dam across the river. Q8. How writers, singers, dancers and artists have also been very active in the fight against inequality. Ans. Their poems, songs and stories can also inspire us and make us believe strongly in an issue and influence our efforts to correct the situation. Q9. Why girls belonging to Dalit, Adivasis and Muslim community drop out of schools in large numbers? Ans. Dalit, Adivasi and Muslim girls drop out of school in large numbers. This is a combined outcome of poverty, social discrimination and the lack of good quality school facilities for these communities. Q10. What do you know about Tava Matsya Sangh? Or, what issue is the Tava Matsya Sangh, TMS, fighting for? Ans. The Tava Matsya Sangh is a federation of fisher workers cooperatives. It is an organization fighting for the rights of the displaced forest dwellers of the Satpura forest in Madhya Pradesh. Q11. Do you think that the large-scale participation of villagers has contributed to the success of the TMS? Write 2 lines on why you think so. Ans. Yes, large-scale participation of villagers has contributed to the success of the TMS. Villagers organized rallies and a chakka jam, road blockade, demanding their right to continue fishing for their livelihood. In response to their protests, the government created a committee to assess the issue. Q12. Why did the villagers set up Tava Matsya Sangh? Ans. In 1994, the government gave the rights for fishing in the Tava reservoir to private contractors. These contractors drove the local people away and got cheap labor from outside. The contractors began to threaten the villagers, who did not want to leave, by bringing in hoodlums. The villagers stood united and set up an organization to protect their rights. Q13. What do you think is meant by the expression, power over the ballot box? Discuss. Ans. The expression, power over the ballot box, means all adults in India have the equal right to vote during elections. This, power over the ballot box, has been used by people to elect or replace their representatives. But this feeling of equality that the ballot box provides, because the vote of one person is as good as that of another, does not extend to most people's lives. The increasing privatization of health services and the neglect of government hospitals have made it difficult for most poor people to get good quality health care. These people do not have the resources to afford expensive private health services. Similarly, the man who sells juice does not have the resources to compete with all of the major companies who sell branded drinks through expensive advertisement.